Living with chronic illnesses is really absurd sometimes. So, some of you can relate to this. I mean, not necessarily the exact situation, but um, so I have had a migraine today that's been really horrendous. And so I have spent a lot of today sleeping and lying in the dark. And because of that, I have not done enough hydrating. I have POTS, which means it basically means that your heart rate and blood pressure don't regulate themselves correctly, so that you wind up getting a really high heart rate or low blood pressure in response to things where that shouldn't happen, basically. That's a very simplified version, but their main treatment for it is to just drink large quantities of liquids with electrolytes. For me, that means Gatorade Zero because I also just have like a sensitive digestive system from all of my chronic illnesses. Um, I also have lupus, fun times, but I have to drink like multiple liters of Gatorade Zero a day. So I just woke up from sleeping a whole bunch today to try and rest and make my head feel better. But now I'm having tachycardia because I didn't hydrate enough. So tachycardia is a fancy medical word for when your heart is beating really fast and it doesn't make sense with the context. Like, if your heart's beating really fast and you're running, like, that's fine. But if it's beating really fast and you're lying down in bed and have been sleeping, that's not good. So I need to go catch up on my Gatorade drinking right now, but I just wanted to come on and see, like, can anybody else relate to this where it feels like trying to manage one sort of symptom of chronic illness flares up or exacerbates symptoms of a different chronic illness? And it's so frustrating because chronic illnesses tend to come in groups. Like, you don't really ever get just one. I mean, I'm not talking about the sort of like, I don't know, diabetes or high blood pressure type of stuff you hear about on TV a lot, but things like autoimmune illnesses, once you have one diagnosis, you tend to get more because science doesn't really understand yet, like, how all of these things work. And basically, like, autoimmune condition makes your body attack your own tissues. So a lot of things dysfunction. I'm being not the most scientifically accurate here. Um, that's fine. We're not trying to have like a medical discussion, but just for those who don't know, that it's like pretty impossible to just like have one chronic illness. If you have something more complex and um like an autoimmune condition, then you're probably going to wind up with a bunch of diagnoses and they all interact with each other. And some days it just feels like no matter what you do, you cannot get them under control because I feel a little bit better from sleeping most of the day. Um, it's 5 p.m. my time now, and I've only been awake a total of a couple hours today. But now I feel like shit because my heart rate is not right, and it probably means my blood pressure is really low. So it's just one of those things where it's like sometimes it feels like with chronic illness, no matter what you do, it's just like never enough. So, can you relate to this? Let me know in the comments. I feel like it's such a common like experience of living with chronic illness.